Tell me the title of any ska song.
Sell Out.
Sell Out. My friends hate me.
No.
I hate them.
It's about selling out as a band.
Hello, welcome back to the Man Overboard podcast.
Woo! Today we're talking about festivals across the globe. Now, here in the UK, we're quite limited on the kind of festivals that we end up getting. So we spread our wings a little bit. We started to look around what kind of festivals we've got in Europe, America, all across the globe that are infinitely better than ours.
Yeah, there's some amazing lineups that we're going to go through. And Tim's correct. The ones in the UK really don't stack up to some of these, in my opinion. Although I'm not hating on the UK ones. Go check out our episode on those. We already did that. But let's jump into the first one. And that is Hellfest, which is in France.
It is.
So it's not too far away from us. It's one that I'm sure we would consider venturing over to. And on the first day, the first two acts are Avenged Sevenfold and Megadeth. You probably know a little bit more about them than me. How big truly are those bands?
They're very big, yeah. I mean, Avenged Sevenfold, they're seemingly doing the circuit. They're on every lineup this year, I think. And I think it's because they released their shitty album and now they're trying to make a comeback. But Megadeth are like, you know, kings of thrash back in the day. They're one of the big boys. So.
I've heard of them, but I don't know them very well. And then the next day, you've got Machine Head and Tom Morello. Obviously, Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
So I don't know what... Will he be doing Rage Against the Machine songs?
So when he does his live shows, he sometimes throws in like little like remixes or so of Rage Against the Machine songs, but it's mostly him playing the guitar. But he also, in the same way, you know, Travis Barker had Give the Drummer Some, that album.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that in the way that it's not so much the singer or whoever's on the track, it's the guitarist. So, you know, it's Tom Morello or it's so-and-so. And you know how insane he is with his solos. So it'll be very fun.
I imagine he'll put on a good show. Wasn't he also in another band after Rage?
There's Prophets of Rage.
Yeah.
But that was just Rage Against the Machine without Zach.
Oh, was it?
And it had Be Real of Cypress Hill and Public Enemy. I think
I remember seeing him at some point.
Yeah.
And then I'll stick on the first 2 days for now. Under those, on the other stages, just to name a few acts, you've got The Prodigy, who are obviously massive.
Yeah.
You've been to see them this year and said they were fantastic live. I can't wait to see them at Leeds Festival this year. And then you've got Dropkick Murphys. They're quite big in the punky scene, aren't they?
Yeah, I quite like them. Yeah, different.
Baby Metal, my least favourite band, but a big name nonetheless.
Oh, you'll be seeing that name a lot.
But the craziest thing about this is, even as you continue delving down the stages, you've got like Enter Shikari, Body Count. This festival is probably slightly too heavy for me, but it's bands I've heard of, which says within that scene there must be quite big names still.
That's it, yeah.
And then jumping on to the next day, the top headliner is Metallica. Arguably top 5 biggest bands in the world, potentially.
Yeah, I reckon so, yeah. Especially with the resurgence of Stranger Things.
But
boosted them forwards.
Out of all these bands I do know, I don't know Mass Hysteria.
No, I don't really know them.
As sub-headliners in comparison to Tom Morello and Megadeth.
All I can think is that they are more of a European big band than a UK big band, because I feel like there is, as much as you wouldn't think there is, there's a massive divide between what artists we get and what artists they get. So, for example, Biffy Clyro headline every festival over here, not a problem. In Europe, second stage, like runner-up, not even headlining second stage.
To be honest, I don't even know how Biffy Clyro are still headlining festivals here.
I don't know either.
I get it if they're headlining, like, not one of the major ones, if it's like a truck festival or, I don't know, one along those lines. I think they're headlining Victorious next year, but I don't get them headlining Leeds.
Do you want to know a fun fact about Biffy Clyro?
Go on.
Do you know what their band is named after?
What?
So when they used to be in the studio, they used to write down these notes with this biro pen, and the biro pen had a picture of Cliff Richard on it. So they used to use this to make notes about their songs, this, that, and the other. And when they were trying to come up with a solid band name, they had this Cliffy biro. And so they just did a bit of a spoonerism, Biffy Clyro.
I rate that.
Genuine story. I don't know. That's what they tell. That's what other people tell. Sounds like it's probably true because the name makes no sense otherwise.
That is weird as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
proper rogue, but it's a cool story.
But jumping on to the last day, and what I would say is by far the best day of Hellfest, you've got Foo Fighters as the top headliners. incredible live band, obviously one of the biggest bands in the world, have headlined practically every festival around the world. Just under them, you've got one of the download out-and-out headliners in Queens of the Stone Age, who are sub-headlining here.
Which kind of shows you the size of the headliners they've got if the UK headliners are sub-headlining other festivals.
And Queens of the Stone Age are massive in Europe as well. It's not like there's a drop-off there.
Yeah.
And then under them, you've got Royal Blood, who are, again, a really big name. Maybe more so in the UK, though, so it makes sense for them to be a little bit lower down. But more impressively, on the second stage, on the last day, you've got The Offspring and Corey Taylor.
Yeah, the fucking hell of a fucking couple, that's just amazing. And I like that Corey's doing his solo stuff. I like that he's doing it. I don't like it particularly, that CMFT crap and his rapping and all this shit. And all the stuff that recently came out about Slipknot and how they treat band members as employees, and the whole thing with Jay Weinberg where he left the band but people don't know if he was kicked, this, that and the other. It's kind of left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth about Corey Taylor as a whole. So he's not, happy.
When you say they treat band members as employees, is there like a core group still, or is it just Corey Taylor?
No, so Corey and Clown, Sean, are the two like owners of the band, but the band's now essentially at the point where it's more of a business company than it is a band. And I think it was the lead guitarist's wife or the rhythm guitarist's wife that went on Instagram to say, at the end of the day, they're just employees. And everyone went, oh, so you think they're employees, do you? And for his wife to be saying that, it's clearly she's heard it somewhere. So,
it's probably pretty serious.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're a band that big, you get to that size, you've been going for that long, shit's going to happen, innit?
Yeah, they've just announced another UK tour as well for next year.
Yeah, they're doing 4 dates, Leeds, Manchester, Glasgow and London.
I think that's it. But, I imagine they'll sell most of those
Crazy that they're doing Leeds. They're not somewhere like Bristol or Cardiff.
I feel like Leeds gets a lot of these heavier bands just because Slam Dunk's based here.
True, maybe.
Who was it that announced Knock Loose are coming to Leeds as well? Yeah. But they're only doing like 4 dates and one of them's Leeds.
Yeah, I suppose it is a big place in the north, but if you're doing Manchester as well...
Leeds is in the top... I think Leeds is the 3rd or 4th highest populated city in the UK.
True. So it makes sense.
So it does make sense,
like
really.
2-3 million or something.
It's quite a lot, but it's because the Leeds area also includes Bradford and stuff technically,
right?
Because it's so big.
It
includes a lot of people. But just to give a quick recap of Hellfest, because I want to put into perspective how good this lineup really is. So just the big names that I know of, you've got Avenged Sevenfold, Megadeth, Machine Head, Tom Morello, Metallica, Foo Fighters, Queens of the Stone Age, Royal Blood, The Offspring, Corey Taylor, The Prodigy, Dropkick Murphys, Baby Metal, Enter Shikari, Body Count, and I've just read the big names at the top of each stage. I've not even dived into the smaller names. I'm sure if I looked for 2 seconds, I could find loads more massive names, but that is levels above Download Festival.
Why aren't we getting any shit like that? We're not getting anything even close to that. Like, we never have. We never have had anything close to that. And as we go through these, we're going to find different lineups, and there's other ones that just are annoying in other ways that we can't get them. But let's move on to the next one. Which one do you want to go for next?
I was thinking we maybe go for Mad Cool.
Yeah, okay.
Just because that's a completely different vibe. Obviously, that one's based in Madrid.
This is one that you shouted out, wasn't it, Mad Cool?
Yeah. I seen it last year and thought the lineup was incredible. This year, I don't think it's quite as good.
It's not amazing, like blow your brain away, but it's got some fucking bangers in there.
But let's get into it. So on the first day, you've got what I would say is the biggest headliner on the lineup in terms of how much people know them, and that is Dua Lipa. There's rumours of Dua doing Glastonbury as well, and there has been for years, and there's also been rumours of her doing Reading and Leeds for years. But she's like the out-and-out big name right at the top of the Mad Cool poster. And then on the same day as Dua, you've got the Smashing Pumpkins, who... I feel like they might have fallen off in popularity a little bit.
Yeah, but they're still one of those bands that, even though they're old, they've still got a big fan base, and a lot of people know who they are. So they're gonna be a big pull still, but they've definitely fallen off.
But even in the UK, on the upcoming tour with Weezer, it was like £100+ for the cheapest ticket.
Fucking tickets aren't £100+ these days.
Yeah, true. It's
disgusting. You go to O2 Academy for £80 or something ridiculous.
It's wild. But Smashing Pumpkins, a big little known fact about Smashing Pumpkins that you will definitely know: the frontman Billy Corgan used to own TNA.
I didn't know that.
Did you know?
No, I didn't know that.
He's a massive wrestling fan.
Fucking hell, that's mad.
He owns a different wrestling company now. He's always been in and around wrestling.
Fair play.
I thought you'd know that as a fan of both. Maybe not
that.
a fan of Smashing Pumpkins, but
music
and wrestling.
I know he was on The Simpsons.
And then
What the fuck?
And
What
then-
was that?
I don't really know about The Simpsons, bro. I've never really watched it.
Carry on then. Yeah, carry on. Let's not fight.
Anyway, on the rest of that day, you've got some other big names. Nothing But Thieves.
Yeah.
We've both seen them. You've
Yeah.
seen them twice this year. Really good.
They are, yeah, fantastic live band. The stage show is decent as well. You know, it's fun to watch, really good to listen to. Studio quality kind of performances, yeah.
Tom Adele's quite a big name. He's got, 30 million monthly listeners on Spotify, but some of his tracks are pretty depressing, so I can see why he's a little bit lower down. But moving on to the next day, you've got Pearl Jam
That's a big
as the main
name.
headliners.
That's a very big name.
See, I don't know much about Pearl Jam.
No, I'm not massively into him, but I just know that they are like phenomenally big. They're one of those bands anybody over the age of, say, 35 is probably a relatively big fan of.
But I don't know, I really don't know many of the other names on this day, I can't lie.
Greta Van Fleet is kind of like the modern day Aerosmith.
Right.
I don't know if you've heard of them before,
Yeah,
but they are actually really good. Yeah,
Okay.
I rate them. So
I've-
they're on that day.
I've heard of Michael Kiwanuka.
Keen. You know Keen, right?
Oh, yeah, I know Keen, actually.
Yeah.
But they're not that big.
No, it's mad that they're that high up, I
Yeah.
think, in another country. Like, it's weird.
But on to the next day, headlined by a band that we both love and is kind of on their final run of festivals and potentially performances ever, is Sum 41.
Hell yeah.
I love Sum 41.
No, I adore
I've never
Sum
seen them.
41. Have you not?
No.
I don't think I have, actually.
They were at Slam Dunk last year, but I didn't go.
Yeah. Who did I see instead of...
Probably fucking less than Jake or something, knowing you.
No, I didn't go Slam Dunk last year, did I? It was this year that I went. I get my years mixed up now.
No, but I had the headline like the last Slam Dunk, I think.
No.
Swear they did.
No, Offspring.
Oh,
Billy
yeah, it was
Talent,
Offspring. Oh, it must have been
and
the one
yeah, I
before
think
that
it
then.
was. Yeah, I missed it, yeah.
And then also Tom Morello on that lineup.
Tom Morello again, yeah.
Solid. We've already covered him a little bit. The thing is, when I look at the smaller acts on this festival as well, there's a couple I know. Like, I know all theirs.
There's nothing...
Nothing stands out.
Yeah,
though.
I think they've spent their money on the big acts,
Yeah.
and then they've just got smaller acts to fill in the spaces.
Speaking of which, another, well, I suppose they're not pop punk either, but they're more in the rock scene. On the last day, the last headliner is Bring Me the
I
Horizon.
suppose they're not really pop punk. They're not pop punk at
No,
all.
I know, but I was thinking of how to compare them to Sum 41.
Yeah.
It's a similar crowd.
They're in the
that would like them.
alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do me like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You got Bring Me the Horizon and Avril Lavigne.
Oh, yeah. Which I was surprised to see. I didn't know she was still
I quite
cooking.
like Avril Lavigne.
I like her. I liked she did a song with Nicki Minaj. That was good. Dumb Blonde. I ain't no Barbie doll. I ain't no stupid. Yeah. And then we've also got Arlo Parks. Pretty
Arlo
cool.
Parks is sick.
Pretty cool. I
Arlo
like
Parks
seeing
is
that.
really
Ash Nico. Ash Nico's pretty cool.
I don't really like, but I know of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that'd be one.
Gaslight Anthem are like a punky band out there that have just got
Why
back
are you
together.
saying that? Gaslight? Oh, yeah. That's Scar.
Oh,
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it. I didn't even.
I think ska potentially could be the worst genre of music.
Fuck off. We've done this before.
I actually
Why?
do. Because it's just so samey. Every band's just like...
It's so funny. It just makes you want to dance.
Yeah, but it's silly, innit?
Yeah. It's supposed to be, though.
Yeah, but it's boring. Why would you
No,
want to
it's
see?
not.
Why would you want to see a band like that more than once? I don't get it. I don't get the hype. I'm
What,
not
a
even...
band with, I don't know, people that play other instruments like a trumpet or a trombone.
Yeah, but it's always
or,
it's the lyrics as well. It's
why
the-
would you go and see a band like that maybe 5 or 6 times in 1 year? Why would
It's
you do that?
it's
Why would
all-
you do that?
it's just-
Why would you do that?
It's just that stupid. You'll hear. I'll be stood watching the band.
I'm not hearing
No,
it.
listen. Just hear me out. Just hear me
Okay,
out.
I'm fucking...
I'll be stood watching the band and I'll hear. My mum shut the dog.
That's not Scar.
No, but that's what it sounds like.
My mum shot the dog.
Yeah, but the lyrics are always really stupid.
Not like that, they're not.
It is.
It's fucking not.
Tell me the title of any ska song.
Sell out.
Shout out. My friends
does
hate
that.
me.
No.
I hate them.
It's about selling out as a band.
I was close though.
It's real big fish. Well, Goldfinger. Goldfinger is sick.
They're not that good.
That's like pop punk.
I just don't think any of them are particularly
that
impressive
pop punk
bands.
ska.
Nah,
That should be what you like. It should be, but
it's not.
no, because she's that
But
fucking.
anyway,
75.
Mad Cool. Let's give a quick recap of Mad Cool.
Yes.
We've got
Yeah.
Dua Lipa, the Smashing Pumpkins, Pearl Jam, Sum 41, Bring Me the Horizon, Avril Lavigne, Tom Morello, the Gaslight Anthem, Arlo Parks, Nothing But Thieves, Tom Adele, and a load more smaller acts. Rate it out of 10.
6 or
Yeah.
7.
I'd probably go with 5.
Actually, no, yeah, I might go down one. Yeah.
Like, to be fair though,
6. I'm going to go with 6.
if you gave me a festival in the UK and the headliners were, say, Bring Me the Horizon, Sum 41 and the Smashing Pumpkins with Nothing But Thieves and a few of the other ones thrown in there, I'd actually probably be quite happy.
And they'd be given a 7 or 8.
But it's because we're comparing it to all these other lineups.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick the next lineup we go into?
Yeah. We can let's do Graspop over in Belgium.
Graspop.
So this is it's known as the Graspop Metal Meeting. So it's a very, metal-led festival. It's alternative. It's all of that. So
For some reason, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just looked at the lineup and I thought it was, for some reason, I got Alice Cooper and Ozzy Osbourne mixed up in my head. I read Alice Cooper and I thought, I swear he can't even walk anymore.
I mean, to be honest with you, Alice Cooper probably can't even walk anymore. He's about as old.
What's that? Is Alice Cooper Poison?
I'm poison running through my veins. Yeah.
Okay, I like that song.
Is that Alice Cooper? Or is it was it the band that Alice Cooper was in?
And you jump into the lineup and I'll find out.
So I mean, starting off on the first day, we've got Tool, which in itself is a huge fucking billing. Like, Tool. People know who they are. They might not necessarily like them because the music isn't exactly for everyone. It's very different, and the people that are fans can be very obnoxious about it and say, you don't understand the time signatures that they're using, all this bollocks. But
they sound like tools.
To get them billed so high, fucking amazing. And then you've got Alice Cooper next to that,
he is the singer of Poison
that we sung. So there you go, as a bit of context.
Yeah, so he must love us.
On same day, we've got Megadeth, spoke about before, Baby Metal, Joe's favourite band, and then Polyphia, which is a pretty cool shout up there. That's Tim Henson's band. They do the...
Oh, yeah, you mentioned these before.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's all the fucking
sounds like a computer starting up, doesn't it? We've been making some sound effects this episode.
Yeah, man. Fucking...
I hope the listeners are respecting it.
Yeah. And then we got smaller acts on that day, like Bury Tomorrow, Counterparts, Hanabi. Hanabi are there. Japanese female-fronted metal band. I know somebody who's a big fan. And then the next day we move on. We got we've got Five Finger Death Punch. Now, Ivan Toney, I think is his name, the vocalist. It's Ivan something.
Ivan Toney's a Brentford striker.
No, it's not Ivan Toney then, is it? It's not Ivan Toney.
I mean, he is quite a big name, but...
I mean, it could be Ivan Toney. We never know. We never know.
Five Finger Death Punch are a massive name, definitely. Who's Judas Priest?
You don't know Judas Priest?
No, it sounds like what Chris Jericho would call a new band.
How do you not know Judas Priest? Pain, killer, pain. No.
I had no idea, no.
Oh, mate.
You like Electric Colour Boy?
Ivan...
Callboy?
Callboy?
Weren't they called something else before?
Eskimo. But it's classed as a slur.
Oh, yeah.
Inuits, is it, or something?
Inbreds.
I don't know.
Anyway.
That's horrible. Ivan Moody. So close.
Yeah,
it ended
ends
in
in
an
the
I. Yeah, a Y. But yeah, he's a big alcoholic, annoying guy, and they have to keep dropping in and out of actually existing as a band. So it's one of those where if you get to see him, you're pretty lucky. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Electric Callboy, you like them?
Yeah, Electric Callboy, really good. Went to see them in Leeds recently. Fantastic show. They're insane. Their live show's so crazy. And they dress up in all their sports gear for Hyper, and they do. It's a really good show.
Can I just interrupt with a random story that popped into my head? Because it reminded me of
I feel like you're going. I can't say no.
Yeah, imagine if you went, no, shut up, actually.
No, not on this podcast.
There was one time, it must have been about 6 months ago, I went to a gig in an old abandoned building, like factory thing in Leeds. It wasn't like abandoned. There was
where the fuck was this?
There was recording studios. It was in a rubbish area of Leeds called Armley. So it was just up the road, and there was loads of random bands on, and there was a noise band where they were literally just making a racket through.
I know which event you're on about.
It was horrible. But then there was a really heavy screamo band on, and they were dead weird. Like, they had a pizza, like a takeaway pizza that they had, and they opened it and started eating it while they were playing. And then they were carrying this slice of pizza around the crowd like this, and everyone was worshipping it. I was like, what is going on? This is weird as fuck.
I like that.
And then they went back on stage and picked up the pizza box and just flung it, and it hit me in the head. And I was stood there like, what is going on?
The amount of hardcore bands nowadays that are doing pizza things at shows is really weird.
I don't
Until
get
they do
it.
it, they've got a song called Pizza. and it shows when they play that song. You get out pizza and start throwing it into the crowd. I don't know, hardcore and pizza goes hand in hand.
At that event, when you went in, they were handing out boxes of fun snaps for you to throw at the bands.
That's
while
great.
they were playing.
That's great.
So they'd be playing you.
Just fucking popping on it.
Mental.
Fun fact. Here we go. We're talking about pizzas and bands. You went off on your little story. I got off on mine. You know Macaulay Culkin, best known for Home Alone fame.
Best known for Michael Jackson fame.
Oh yeah, but he said he was his friend. He said he was good with Michael Jackson. Yeah, they said they were best mates.
Yeah, I'm sure they were.
I'm sure they were.
No, I think maybe they were.
That's a topic for a different day.
Depends what you class as friends, but carry on.
Okay, and anyway, he everybody thought that sorry, I was trying to suppress a burp. Everybody thought that he went off the rails and he lost his mind and, he's going on drugs and all this stuff. And during that time, he started a band that I think was called the Pizza Collective or the Pizza Detectives or something like that. And he used to tour, and at every show he would hand out pizzas, like physically, not throw them into the crowd, like hand out like slices of pizza to people. Just a really weird fact, isn't it?
We're full of these today.
Yeah, I know Macaulay Culkin is a fucking pizza band.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it. But next on the lineup, we're on to the Bring Me the Horizon Day, which
what
is
about fucking Bruce Dickinson?
I thought it was Bruce
Iron
Springsteen.
Maiden, but then also Pendulum. Pendulum's a big show.
Pendulum is sick.
Yeah, Pendulum's
I rate
a big
Pendulum.
show. So the next day, yeah. You can.
Oh, yeah, I'm allowed now.
You're allowed now, yeah.
It's Bring Me the Horizon and Avenged Sevenfold. We're going to mention them a bunch of times, aren't we, throughout this? But
And
Bring
same
Me.
with Bring Me.
Yeah, I don't want to just cover it. I don't want to just going to go, oh, yeah, they're good every time. Good bands, though.
Interestingly, though, they're using their death metal logo instead of their nicer logo, which sometimes means that they're going to do a heavier set.
They have been
and
on
if
all
they're
the
playing,
posters.
If they're playing fucking Graspop, you can't be bringing your new shite.
And then on to the last day. I don't really know who either of the headliners are.
Scorpions are, again, an old school kind of big band.
Yeah.
It's one of those bands that I never really listened to, but I know that they are like huge with the scene that they're in.
And then we've spoke about Machine Head a little bit. But
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really.
And then
Deep
we've
Purple
got-
aren't really heavy.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun,
They're
dun,
a cool
dun,
band. I know
yeah,
them, but they're not
yeah,
really
yeah.
heavy. And obviously the boy Corey Taylor. Is there going to be a lineup on all of these that Corey Taylor isn't on?
I don't know.
He won't be on Boardmasters.
Oh, he might be. You never know.
He
You
might
never
get added.
fucking know. But then we've also got Body Count again, fantastic. And then just some names that are in there. We got Thy Art Is Murder, Slaughter to Prevail. That's a Russian death metal band. Or hard. I don't know what the fuck you class these metal bands as anymore. There's too many genres. I don't know. Post-hardcore. Who the fuck knows?
I don't
Anyway,
know.
he's got the most disgusting guttural like growls and screams out of any vocalist in the past however long. Like his chest, he's got a giant chest, he's got a giant neck. It's like he's made to just go, you know what I mean? Like, and there's one song that what he does is he gets the band to cut out, and every time he plays it live, he doesn't even use a microphone. He screams the lyrics into the crowd, and you can hear it from wherever you are in the venue. And if that ain't a fucking powerful voice, I don't know what is. And they're being billed as special guests on other lineups because they don't do many shows. So to have them on a lineup, even though they're so far down, is like a big thing to get.
I don't know why you're trying to skim over the fact you just told me there's a band who, when they do the heavier, screamy songs, they turn the mics off and scream at the crowd.
Yeah. Like
That's
when the doc's
wild.
about to come in, they go dun dun dun, and then
Yeah.
turns it off and goes, then it goes, boom, all comes in at once, kind of thing.
That's
It's just
fucked.
him. It's just him showing off his fucking big old.
That is
big
mental,
old
though.
voice, bro.
I get it, but it's mental.
Yeah, it is crazy.
It's fucked.
Yeah. He rides around with like on his motorbike with AK-47s and fights bears and shit, like proper Russian. Yeah, so pretty cool.
I'd like a bear.
Yeah, right. Let's move off of Graspop. We've gone over Graspop. What do you want to move on to next?
Wait, rate Graspop
no.
out of
Rate-
10 first.
For me, 8 or 9. It's not quite a solid 10, but it's high.
For me, like if I was going to go, I'd give it a 2. But for the people that it's meant for, I would probably give it like an 8 because it seems as if it would be the exact lineup that people in that scene are looking for.
Yeah, even on the smaller bands. So yeah,
I respect
fantastic.
it. I think we go on to Shaky Knees.
Oh, Shaky Knees. Now this is an interesting one. This
It is.
it's. I'd probably say this is one of the smaller festivals we've got on our list of festivals.
It is. I think it's got the most unique lineup.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I've chosen it because
I thought it's because you had Shaky Knees.
is that a joke? Can
What
we
the
just
fuck?
review the lineup and stop talking about me
fucking
fucking
hell, man.
medical conditions.
So the first
it's called
headline.
arthritis, okay? Fucking hell.
The first headliner.
called Parkinson's.
It's called fucking Tourette's as well. The first headliner is Noah Kahan.
Yeah.
I think he's one of those artists that just has one or two big songs, but he's meant to be quite good.
I don't know him.
Anyway, under Noah, we've got Arcade Fire. Pretty big name.
Yeah.
I don't really know Young the Giant.
No, but there's Interpol in there, which is another bigger name, which is pretty cool. But for the rest of that day, you know, Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, I see their name on a lot of lineups because of the name. I never listened to
We're going to get fucking demonetized if you say that again. We don't even get any money.
No,
Never mind
They'll
demonetized.
start taking it from it. We'll have to pay them.
Yeah, I don't really know anyone else on that day, but the next day.
This is the big one. So this is the only festival in 2024 currently and seemingly at all that has Weezer as a headline act. I went on their site and I looked through all the tour dates, and they're doing local tours, and there's a bit in the UK that they're doing with Queens of the Stone Age.
Smashing Pumpkins,
sorry. And this is the only festival that's billed for them. So, you know, people over in, where is it, Atlanta? They get a little Weezer headline set.
Shout out to all the Atlanta
That
listeners.
nobody else seemingly in the world gets that year.
To be fair, I don't think Weezer are headliners.
You don't reckon?
No, I'd have
I
Queens of the
reckon
Stone
they
Age, because Queens of the Stone Age are the other headliners on this day.
Yeah.
And I think they should be first, not Weezer.
Well, I think out of all of them, the Offspring should be first, and they're the next ones. But you know,
But they're
We've
not as
all
big.
got
No, I'm
opinions.
talking in terms of size, though.
Yeah.
I
guess
think
so.
Queens of the Stone Age are probably a bit bigger than Weezer.
Do you reckon
Yeah.
in Atlanta,
Well, they're American, so I would assume so.
Queens of the Stone Age?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just feel like Weezer would be. It's a bit more like, I don't know. I feel like it's a bit Midwesty.
Queens of the Stone Age are class. I
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah.
A great addition to any festival.
Yeah.
And then under them, your favourite boys, the Offspring.
Yeah, and then we've got Royal Blood on that day as well, which are really low down for Royal Blood. I expect them to be on the same line as Offspring.
I think, again, they're quite big in England, but probably not in America at all.
Yeah, I think it's one of them.
And then a band that I'm still yet to see, that I really want to see, a headline in the final day of Shaky Knees, and that is the Foo Fighters.
Really want to see them. They're on a couple of festivals this year, so there's chances. There's chances.
I
to
might.
See them.
I don't think I'll see him in Atlanta, but I would go see him.
Wouldn't go to fucking Atlanta.
But let's
no
have a
way.
quick recap of the Shaky Knees lineup.
Yeah.
You got Noah Kahan or Kahan.
Kahan.
I don't know. It's probably Kahan. Arcade Fire, Interpol, Young the Giant, Weezer, Queens of the Stone Age, The Offspring, Foo Fighters, Royal Blood. I can't see anyone else on there. That
Billy
really stands.
Idol. It's a nice day for a white wedding. That's Billy Idol. He's big.
Let's bring it all the way back to Europe with Rock Am Ring.
Oh, Rock Am Ring. Now, this is a big boy festival, this.
I'd say it's probably the most renowned rock festival in Europe.
Yeah, and possibly the world, potentially.
Yeah, maybe,
I don't
actually.
think there's that many big. I can't really think of
I
too
can't
many
think of
big
any.
ones.
But I don't know who the first headliner are. That's Die Arts.
No, I think this is...
They must be German.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But Avenged Sevenfold again, I'm sick of them. Queens of the Stone Age again, I'm not sick of them, but still. And then you've got Beartooth, Dropkick Murphys, and Creator under them on the first day.
Yeah. And then we've got bands like Fit for a King. I went to see them last night in Leeds.
And
Pretty
Neck
cool.
Deep.
Neck Deep, Shikari, Descendants, old school punk band,
Royal Blood again.
Royal Blood.
And this is all just on the first day.
Skindred,
Yeah,
fucking
they're quite cool.
Pennywise, Mudvayne,
I do think these bands these names for these bands are always weird as hell.
Wargasm.
Exactly. Then on the next day, you've got Green Day as the first headliners. We love Green Day.
We love Green Day. We love a bit of green. We love a bit of day. Green Day, great.
I don't love a bit of green, but I do love Day. And then you've got Broilers.
We love day. Broilers, I'm not too sure who they are. I'm not really sure, but we got fucking the boys.
Was it Billy Talent on the last lineup?
No.
Oh, I was
That
gonna
was
say,
Billy Idol.
Lots of Billies going on.
Yeah, Billy Talent. is
I'm
the
getting
one that
fucking
was
PTSD out here.
Slammy D this year. That was Billy.
Then
Then we got your favourite band, Baby Metal. Then we've got Bad Omens, which is... I know quite a few people that like them. I'm not into them, but I like them.
Don't really know.
But, I mean, they're all right. Electric Cowboy. Again, fantastic.
I feel like we're just repeating a lot of these names now.
Well, I mean, that's just...
I know
what
that's kind of what we've got to
festivals are,
do,
aren't they?
but at the same time, maybe they should also try to switch it up a little bit more.
Oh, my God!
What?
They've got 311 and the Anti-Lopen Gang. I'm pretty sure that Anti-Lopen Gang is potentially a band that... I think it's a rap group. That
Anti-Lopen Gang.
Yeah.
It sounds like...
It was! It's a German rap group that I accidentally stumbled on a song on 10 plus years ago, right? And just seeing that name then is just gone, is that? And it is that. But I only know one song by them, but pretty cool that they're there. Yeah, I like that.
I respect that. And then moving on to the last day of Rock am Ring, you've got Maneskin as one of the headliners.
Yeah,
We've spoke about them before. They don't really do much for me, but they are massive, especially in Europe. They're massive.
Yeah, really.
I just don't really rate them.
No, I don't. And I mean, we've done this before, but they got big off a song that wasn't theirs. They are what they are. Parkway Drive, that's a huge billing. I expected to see them at Download this year, but they're not there, which would have been really good to see. Are they there?
Well, I mean, they could get added.
They could,
even if they're not.
Yeah, potentially. Craft Club, I don't really know that much, but I imagine I don't even know what I could imagine it is, but all I can think is craft work.
I just think of craft beer.
Oh, true. I think of craft work, Zombie Nation. Zombie Nation.
Is that them?
No. Well, no, that's craft work. But this is Craft Club. I'm saying that's what it reminds me of, bro.
And then we've got Corey Taylor. Corey Taylor's fucking up for it this summer.
You know why? Because he's on his own. He ain't got fucking 8 other people to tour with him. So it's like, I'll go there.
Bro is up for it.
Machine Head again. Body Count's about. Here we go. Ice-T. We got Atreyu of Mice and Men. Landmarks. Fear Factory. Thy Art is Murder. While She Sleeps. Malevolence. Harriet. Polyphia. Just loads of great bands.
Yeah, it seems like the smaller acts on this lineup, they've put a bit more time and effort into. Yeah. Whereas some of the headliners we're not a huge fan of. Like, to be honest, I wouldn't say Billy Talent is really big enough to be up there.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
But because the rest of it's so good, I'm not upset with it still.
Yeah.
What would you rate Rock am Ring out of 10?
9. Straight in at 9. Yeah.
You see, I'd give it a 7.
So the reason I give it a 9 is because the amount of acts they've got there that I've not seen on lineups or seen anywhere, before kind of thing, and to have them all in one place, that's a big billing.
I do respect that from them. And then we've got our last international festival to go over here. So what are you thinking so far? Before we go over this last one, what do you think's been the best one so far?
Probably Rock am Ring. Genuinely, yeah.
Oh, it's not our last one, actually.
It's not. There's a couple more, yeah.
I've only got one tab open, though, so I guess...
You're going to go in blind for the last one.
I am.
And it's your one.
It is my one. Let's go on to your one, and that is Sick New World.
Sick, brother. This is a sick new world, isn't it? This is over in Las Vegas.
And it's not a sick new world. It's fucking scary new world.
It's not. It's sick AF, brother. So we've got... headlining, System of a Down and Slipknot. I don't think anybody could ask for better acts than that. If I could see System of a Down live, I'd pay a lot of money to see that. They never fucking tour. I think they've headlined Download a couple of times recently. Maybe I might be chatting shit, but that's a band I'd love to see. Slipknot, seen them fucking countless times. Amazing every time. So they'll be good. But then you've got Perfect Circle, which I'm not, I don't really know them that
Why are they
much.
called a perfect circle and the logos are imperfect circle?
I'll fucking ask him.
So edgy, man.
They're not, I don't really know who they are.
So
that much.
fucking edgy.
Alice in Chains. Not to be confused with Alice Cooper. It's not going to be him in chains on the stage.
I wish it was. Oh.
Bring Me the Horizon, who are fucking everywhere. Bad Omens, Sleep Token, Lamb of God, Knock Loose, Baby Metal, Polyphia, Danny Elfman, who you probably don't recognize, but when I tell you that he did the Simpsons theme song, you're probably going to pull a face that you've not pulled. Okay, never mind. So Danny Elfman is the guy who did...
Bro loves The Simpsons.
He did the Simpsons theme song, but he is like...
And he's on this lineup.
He also did the Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 soundtracks or something like that.
Wow.
Like worked with Sam Raimi.
Bro's
so
been there.
He
is him.
He's like a movie musician. So
is he going to come out and do the Spider-Man theme song?
Well, potentially, yeah. He did... I think it was... That's Cantina Band.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing, same franchise, same thing. He came out at either Glasgow or... No, what's the American one? Coachella. Yeah, he came out there and did like a metal rendition. He came out all tattooed, long hair, which he didn't have before this gig. Came out, he was like this metalhead, and he did a fucking metal rendition of the Simpsons theme tune. All of his like movie stuff, and I think he's got his own songs in it. But
That's
it's just, it's an insane...
That'd be cool.
It's pretty cool. And then we got stuff like Primus, who are really cool. I've not seen them on lineups in ages. They did the South Park intro.
Okay.
It's that kind of weird music. I mean, overall, this lineup has a lot of names on it that are, really big names. And it feels like this is the heavier alternative for people in Vegas Because you can either go to When We Were Young and get your pop punk fix and your light rock and all that stuff, or you can go to Sick New World and get your heavy new metal style fix.
Where can you go if you're not a wrong un?
To hell.
I'm just lying. I would love to go to When We Were Young. As for this, I'm going to rate it.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's a solid 1 out of 10.
Yeah, right.
There's not really anyone on there that I'd go out of my way to see.
Yeah.
I'd maybe Bring Me the Horizon, but if they're doing their old fancy font where it's going to just be them screaming, not that bothered about them either. So 1 out of 10. For what it is, for the people it is for, I would give it probably a solid 8 again.
I was going to say 8. Yeah, for me, I'd give it an 8 because it is great, but also...
If this lineup was in the UK, Sick New World... Let's say System of a Down, Slipknot, Bring Me the Horizon, Bad Omen, Sleep Token, Knock Loose, Baby Metal. How much would you pay for it?
For a weekend, or was it one day?
Let's just say it's over 2 days. Because it looks like that's what this is going to be.
320.
This is a 1 day festival.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, if it was 1 day then?
200.
200?
Yeah.
Fine.
Purely because of the acts that you're seeing in the size of them, you'd be paying 100 quid per act.
Yeah.
So 200 quid, you get Slipknot System, you get Bring Me, you get all
If that was me though, and it was my type of bands, I'd be paying more than 200 to see all them in 1 day. You're paying like 120 just for Slam Dunk now, and there's no one.
No,
near
I
this
know.
size.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You got to take into account modern gig prices.
It's hard to fucking gauge though, isn't it? And especially with, I mean, the thing that pisses me off the most about this festival is this is in Las Vegas as well. Look, why do they keep? It's at the festival grounds.
I think it's because there's so much area there. It must be easy to.
Do you know about Manchester's getting a new arena?
Yeah.
So Nicki Minaj is doing her tour.
Have you only just we've spoke about
we
this.
have spoke about this.
Before.
I know we have. Yeah,
Smashing
but I
Pumpkins
forgot
are
about
playing
it.
there.
Yeah,
Liam Gallagher's playing there.
All right, okay. I forgot about it.
Bro's meant to know about music, and he didn't even know about the new biggest arena in the UK opening an hour away from us.
Well, guess what? It's going to be the biggest arena in the UK. That's what I was going to tell you.
The whole point was.
So we might start getting the big shit near to us.
Yeah.
And it won't be London anymore. It'll be London and Manchester.
I
Those
like
will be
Nicki
the two.
Minaj as well.
Yeah.
I would go see her, but I looked yesterday. The only tickets left on pre-sale were VIP tickets. 260 quid was the cheapest one.
Yeah.
I've had enough of these VIP, and even when it's not like, oh, what do you get? A lanyard and a
tote
seat
bag. Yeah.
They're like, you get a lanyard and a seat. Well, I'd have got the fucking seat anyway, so you're giving me some printed out fucking laminated poster
It's
thing.
basically a premium ticket. You're paying for the fucking ticket. You're getting a premium, and because you paid the premium, they go, "Here's a bag." You know what I mean? Here's a $5.
It's like getting a goodie bag for being an adult.
Yes, yeah,
Idiot.
yeah, for turning. Yeah,
I
for
had
saying.
to mince my words there.
Thanks for forking out an extra 100 quid. Here's some fabric.
Do I get to meet them or have a picture with them? How about you sit down and shut up? Go buy a pint for 15 quid now.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's what it's like. That's how I feel.
That's what it's like. It is categorically. That's what
That
it's
is
like.
that's what happens. If you buy a Nicki Minaj VIP ticket, that's how it's going to
You
go.
get to tell her to fuck off.
And if it's your kid, they'll throw a fruit shoot at them. Anyway, I wouldn't take my kids to see Nicki Minaj.
I can't stop hitting this microphone, man.
Nicki Minaj would be throwing it back on stage.
What, mate? I've seen her. Saw her at Liverpool Echo.
You saw
Fucking
Nicki
fire.
Minaj in Liverpool?
Yeah.
What the
I was
hell?
wearing my New Rocks in all black as well. And you know those pictures, this was when I was in proper gothic days. You know those pictures when you see somebody and it's like a guy's clearly at the wrong gig.
Yeah, it was you.
Somebody could have done that with me. I swear to God, it was all just hen parties around me, man. And I'm sat there like, yeah, come on, Nikki. Oosh.
That's jokes. We've got one more international festival.
Yeah,
I don't
this
have the
is-
lineup up, so it's your turn to go over it.
Oh, so this is...
Rock Werchter.
Oh, there's another one then.
What's the other one?
Ziget. Budapest.
Oh, did you?
Oh, you fucking... I thought you were doing that one before you did Sick New World. So I said, here's one that Joe fucking wanted.
Bro, I thought you said it was mine because I went to Werchter last year. Sziget in
didn't even do
Budapest.
Werchter.
I did go to Sziget as well. But what? I've had enough of you.
What do you mean?
Sziget.
You just said words and then went, what?
So I wanna give my personal opinion on Sziget before I get into it. Okay. I went for a day last year or the year before. It was by far the dustiest festival I've ever been to.
Dustiest? That's a fucking
it was
claim.
Mad.
Dustiest.
It was dry. Like the air was just dust. People were constantly just wearing masks or had the face covered with a shirt or something. And people saying, we spoke to one dude who had been there for 2 days and he said he was just coughing up mud. Because it was bad.
Yeah, I bet. Breathing it all in and everything.
For 3 days.
Hell.
But the lineup, for me, is pretty 50-50. You've got the first man on the bill is Fred again, which I love to see, bro, getting that top spot at International Festival. Followed by Martin Garrix, who is a very big name, not really my cup of tea. Speaking of not my cup of tea, you've got Sam Smith, who I just don't rate.
The less said, the better.
People can say what they want about it, what he does on stage and stuff. I just don't really like his music. And then, I don't know, he just goes around looking like a Jaffa cake.
Basically, that bro is the epitome of Radio 1 destroying an artist. They rinsed his fucking shit and now I just hate him. I just can't listen to any of his shit.
Yeah, I also just don't really rate what he's about.
Fair enough. I don't know much about Sam Smith.
Not about him being gay, because I am bi, but just, I don't know, the way he goes about stuff. I've seen videos online where, what?
Just the only thing I know about him is that Oscars outfit that he wore, whatever the fuck it was. That big
that balloon thing.
Yeah.
No, I remember seeing someone was talking about they bumped into him on the street and asked for a selfie, and he was like, "How about you go get fucked?" or something like that. And I just don't really rate it when celebrities are like that.
Yeah,
Be what I suppose he might. They've got their own lives, but. Anyway, moving on to the last headline.
Bro's got vexed over that.
No, I was just thinking about how to segue onto Stormzy from Sam Smith, so I just gave up.
You ruined it. You ruined the big announcement now. Who's next?
Stormzy.
Yeah.
Hey, Stormy.
Come on. We've both seen Stormzy relatively recently.
Yeah, amazing live.
Fucking so good live.
I didn't even really think he would be as well.
Bro is like, you think he's a big lad. Like looking at him in the videos and interviews and like, you're like, he's a big lad. You see him on stage, you go, he could fucking stamp on a man's head and crush it. Like, he's fucking huge, that man.
Sounds like you might have thought about that a bit too much.
What do you mean? Well, no, that'd be between his thighs.
Stormzy's a fantastic headliner though.
He is.
Then you've got an old One Direction boy in Louis Tomlinson.
I didn't know he was even still around. I know one of them stopped doing it. Was it Niall?
Niall?
Maybe?
Yeah, Niall doesn't do out anymore, I don't think.
Because he lives in Egypt now, doesn't he?
I don't really know about him, to be honest. I know Harry Styles is massive.
Niall.
Oh, fuck.
He's in that Egyptian river. He's in denial. Next, though, this is big. Considering Fred again's there. Fucking Fortet. Oosh.
We love Fortet.
We do love Fortet.
Uncle Fortet.
Uncle Fortet, yeah. The picture of all three of them where it looks like two fathers in the sun.
He's so jokes. But he's sick as well. And then some of the other names that I like on the rest of the lineup, you've got Fontaines DC. Yeah. They're just class. They've got a few big bangers and they're great live as well. I've seen them at Leeds Fest. And I've actually been kind of prolonging that to name another artist on the lineup that I like, and there isn't one.
I mean, Becky Hill's there, and whilst I don't necessarily...
Becky Hill, shit.
I don't necessarily like her. Cool to see an English artist.
Becky Hill's one of those artists, right, where I've seen her in interviews and stuff, and she seems really nice, but I just don't like her music. I feel like she's just a feature artist that plays songs that she's featured on.
She is.
And I don't really like the songs that she's featured on either, so it's like, I've seen her twice this year, and both times I was in a bad state.
At Leeds Fest, when she kept saying, and here's a song I just released, and then Chasing Status starts playing, you're like, you didn't fucking do shit.
No, you sung
what they told you to sing, most likely.
That's it.
No,
and then all the dancers just throwing it back.
That was Wilkinson. She did the more recent one with Chasing Status, didn't she? Well, she said, let's see if I can get number 5 in the charts. And it was like, oh, bro.
Fair enough to her, but it's not really my cup of tea.
No, I don't mind her. That's why I shouted her out.
And then now are we on to the last international one?
If you want it to be the last international one, yeah.
Wait, no, but is it meant to be?
Yeah.
All right. Rock Werchter. Festival that I went to last year, and it was unbelievable. The lineup was the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think they've released all the names for this year, but they've released all the headliners, and it's not that great in comparison.
It's not cracking. It feels like a much older festival.
Who have we got?
So, we've got big boys. We've got Foo Fighters.
Yeah, they're just
big boys. They're everywhere.
Easy dub.
Dua Lipa, which I thought was a road.
Then again, that's two really huge names.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not a huge fan of Dua Lipa, but I don't hate her either. She's not out of the female pop artists, she wouldn't be last on my list.
No. I think out of all the artists that are here, there's maybe 2 or 3 that aren't also on every other lineup.
Okay.
So we've got Maneskin, spoke about them enough. Lenny Kravitz. That's a fucking
Who's that?
ace. Walk My Way. Are you going to walk my way? Lenny Kravitz. You'll know Lenny Kravitz.
Don't know.
You will know Lenny Kravitz.
I probably would if you played it.
Yeah. Royal Blood, there again.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. We got Greta Van Fleet.
Big.
Again, yeah, big. Sum 41. Cool to see them kicking about.
I love Sum 41.
Avril Lavigne, Nothing But Thieves. Now these...
See, this is kind of more tailored to me, though, with the selection. It's like they've picked ones from other festivals that I would like on purpose, just to tempt me.
Just to say, come on, Joe.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that again, but I would think about it.
Avril Lavigne, yeah, Nothing But Thieves. And then these two acts I've not seen anywhere else yet, which is Simple Plan and Youngblood.
Oh.
Which I thought was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Youngblood I thought was an interesting shout.
I'm waiting for Youngblood to do Reading and Leeds again, but I feel like he will refuse to do it unless he's a second stage headliner
yeah,
now.
he's going to have to
Or
be a big name.
a headliner. But
This might be my ignorance. Has he done much recently?
I seen him earlier this year at Manchester Arena.
Right, so he was touring. So he's not been doing music then. That's what.
Yeah, he was touring.
Okay.
He did. Yeah, he neck deep with a support act as well. It was quite a good gig.
Oh shit! I remember that tour.
I think it was in February.
Yeah, I remember that tour because I remember going, "Oh, why do they have to support him of all people?"
I remember that tour because I remember going to see it, and I remember saying in the crowd, "Why is Youngblood been a rip off Matty Healy?" And then Matty Healy did a video 2 days later taking the piss out of Youngblood because he just copied his stage thing where he were moping around, smoking a cig and pretending to drink. It's like the two worst people you know, innit? I knew you'd love that one.
They're both dickheads.
Would you rather chill with for a night Youngblood or Matty Healy?
Youngblood.
Why?
Because he seems like a nicer person. He seems like a genuine guy.
I think Youngblood.
Matty Healy.
I really like
Youngblood.
Youngblood. I really like Youngblood's energy. But I feel like his energy would maybe like after it won't be like that all the time though.
Well, no, you start getting wrecks and then you'd match his energy. You know what I mean?
But he
5
seems
pints
like
down, you'd match it.
It seems like I'd be there. I'd be like 6 pints down and be like, all right, mate, I think it's time to get a taxi home. And he'd be like, fuck off.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's
you coming to play pool with me?
Yeah, well, on the other side of that, you'd be out with Matty fucking Healy and you'd be like, no, I'm going to do some fucking
Bro couldn't even spit it out. Bro found himself that funny he couldn't even say the fucking sentence. What's he gonna do?
I think I'm gonna do some heroin.
He's gone clean, guys. This is very disrespectful to my boy Matty. Oh, so many 1975 haters.
Anyway, yeah, it's the biggest one right here. Anyway, Rock Werchter, what we saying? Rating. Compare
You
it
missed
to
out
last
another
year.
act that are really big that have been added.
Oh, go on.
The Kooks.
Have they been added?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're, I think they could probably second stage headline Leeds Fest.
Definitely. Leeds
So
Fest.
that's quite a big one.
Yeah.
I would give Rock Werchter this year a...
If you were to compare it to last year.
Oh, no, but that's unfair.
Okay, compare it to all the others then.
Compared to all the others, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Compared to last year's Werchter, I'd give it a 4 out of 10.
Really?
Well,
that bad?
last year-
Who was there?
Oh, you had Stormzy, Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Big.
Queens of the Stone Age, Liam Gallagher, Fred again,
Fucking Jesus. Oh, that was the one where you had to stand outside, wasn't it?
The 1975, Sam Fender,
Jeez.
The Kasabian.
The Kasabian.
The Kasabian.
The Kasabian.
Who else? Interpol.
Fucking hell.
There was just so many. Inhaler.
That's crazy.
I feel like I'm forgetting some people that
I mean,
were there.
for those acts, though, for the size of them.
Mumford and Sons.
Fucking hell. Yeah, 4 out of 10 in comparison.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Last year was
It's
just
night and
mental,
day.
though.
Night and day,
Mental.
that.
And then we're on to the last of the festivals.
Yes, we are. And we're coming back over to the British Isles.
We'll go into Cornwall.
We are down in Newquay.
And our boy that we just mentioned, Stormzy, is the headliner for Boardmasters.
Sure is, big Stormzy Storms, which, not a surprise. He needed to be somewhere in the UK, so what better place than Boardmasters?
Stormzy at Boardmasters is pretty fire. And then I actually really love to see Chasing Status headlining a festival.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
Chasing Status are one of those acts that have been about for so long now. And they were mainstream for a minute when they had like Blind Faith and end credits and stuff that did really well. But then they just disappeared into their own. They've always done really well in the electronic music scene.
So the way that Chasing Status end up doing well is by collaborating with an artist that's already big. So like back then, like you're saying, end credits, you got Plan B, and you've got all these features that were fucking insane. And the recent songs that they've had blow up, for example, the one with Becky Hill, is because Becky Hill's on it. Not necessarily because, but it's Chasing Status plus Becky Hill. It creates this and then it gets up the charts.
And then we were about the other day when they did that EP with some London rappers, and there's a song with gigs called
Ratatatin.
More Ratatatin.
Ratata.
Ta.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's a big banger. But
Fragadan.
I'd love to see Chasing Status as a headliner at a UK festival.
And, you know, we got Becky Hill beneath them, which is very likely that she's going to come out and do the song with Chasing. They're pretty cool, though, that. Pretty cool that they're going to do the song together. And not necessarily going to, but if they don't, bit of a missed
I'd rather they just did one of their other songs.
Whoa.
And then under that, you've got Bicep. Bicep. It says Bicep presents Chroma. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, AVDI DJ.
I guess it's some kind of special thing that they'll do.
I think so.
Bicep were all right at Leeds Fest, but it was a shame they had them on in the day. It didn't really match their
How come
energy.
it's always Bicep live when they're live? Is it different?
Because sometimes they'll just do a DJ set where it's not particularly them performing their own songs. It's just a DJ set. Like Chasing Status is Chasing Status live.
Yeah, so they'll be performing their songs rather than DJing.
And then we mentioned Tom Adele. He's quite big.
Bakar,
the homie.
didn't see him.
I love Bakar.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like this lineup, you got Soft Play on there, Katie B.
Yeah.
An English teacher's going to be there as well, apparently. But for me, there's a good variation of different acts in the lower bit. But just Chasing Status and Becky Hill, where's the other headliners?
It's very, having them two in there is, I don't
Even
know.
Stormzy's not done much in the last couple of years. I know he headlined Glastonbury and Reading and Leeds. He's big enough to be a headliner, but I don't know if he's big enough to be the headliner.
He's riding off his coattails of previous releases, isn't he? And I think COVID really shafted him anyway because they had all his stuff planned out and he couldn't do any of it. So I think he's just playing catch up.
But I don't think that this Boardmasters lineup is amazing so far.
This is the first wave of acts, which I find quite funny for first wave Boardmasters. And on the DJs, this is something I wanted to mention. We've got Andy C, and we've also got the roguest celebrity DJ set you'll ever heard of in your life, and that is Gok Wan.
I've seen Gok Wan at a festival before.
Just shit on my fucking thing then, yeah. Oh, sorry, sorry. Everybody should be used to
doing a DJ. No, that's what he does every year. He does festivals.
How many people know that?
Bare people.
All right.
He did some.
Never mind. Everybody knows that Gok Wan's a DJ.
He headlined a festival in Leeds like last summer.
Yeah, and everybody knows that he's a DJ.
Yeah,
that's how everybody knows him as a DJ.
Just like everyone knows Shaq as a DJ.
As a rapper,
Shaq's everything.
Yeah,
that Shaq
it's
rap
fire
song
with Drowning Pool.
It was actually
Bodies.
pretty sick.
Yeah, it was real. The beat as well. When he's driving in that big truck and he's looking out the window.
Before we get off bodies, what would you rate it out of 10?
Currently, it has potential to be in the high numbers, but at the moment, 6.
Yeah, I'm literally matching you, but I'm going to give it a 5 for now.
Ooh, okay.
I think right now there's not enough big names on there that would persuade me to spend what is now becoming quite an expensive Boardmasters festival.
Yeah, I mean, everything's expensive.
I know, but now, if you got weekend camping for Boardmasters, it's 290 quid.
Jeez.
For Stormzy and Chasing Status.
Yeah, that's a bit.
I saw Chasing Status at O2 Academy in Leeds last year for literally like £21.
Thing is, though, it's also in Cornwall on the beach.
Yeah, I like the vibes
in itself is worth a bit of money because you're not just stuck in a fucking field with tents everywhere. I mean, you will be, but you'll be next to the beach.
Yeah, could go for a swim.
Yeah.
Could get salty, baby.
Fuck it. Could get dragged away to
Why was you so offended by that?
Get salty, baby.
Yeah, in the sea.
Yeah, in the sea. Right, what else we got to talk about today?
What else have I got to talk about? GTA 6 trailer came out last week.
GTA 6 trailer did come out.
Do you know what? I have a really worrying feeling that GTA 6...
I've got a bad feeling about this.
I think GTA 6 is going to end up being one of the most disappointing games ever. And that's because Rockstar usually do so well. They have with every other release pretty much. But I just think it's going to be too hyped. I think people are going to expect too much from it.
No.
No?
They're gonna deliver, and they're gonna deliver, and then some. Because what you got to think is, what other game is there that you can compare to GTA realistically? Cyberpunk, not really.
Watch Dogs,
not really.
Same, but as in
you
an
know
open
what I mean?
world.
Like it's not. There's no game that compared to it. Red Dead could compare to it, but who the fuck's that made by? Oh, it's Rockstar. They are the kings of that category of games, and I don't think. With the features that they're going to be...
But what more can they add to the game to make it really stand out from the
They're
old
adding
GTAs?
loads of other shit though, aren't they? They're doing stuff like heists. They're going more focused on heists. They're doing stuff like you can hold up shops. You can go inside. You can hold up like a McDonald's and keep everybody in there and use them as like hostages and have like a police surround you and shit. But like, I don't know if you saw the gameplay leaks from that 16-year-old who hacked Rockstar. Fucking insane.
He got a sick job from that.
Well, do you know what he said? He got put away, didn't he? And he said, as soon as I'm released, he says, I'm going to go straight back to hacking. He literally announced that as a statement. He Because just so you guys know, I'm going to go straight back to it.
Surely someone will just hire him.
Yeah, that's what will happen most likely. It's like a white hat hacker or some shit like that. But I'm really hyped for it. I'm a massive fan of GTA series. Like it's probably
I've only ever completed GTA 4.
really not done 5.
I played most of it, but I don't know why I didn't complete it. There was a reason in my
I got
head.
blocked by loads of people when GTA 5 came out because I went on Twitter and I'd search for GTA 5. And anybody that just said, you know, I've just bought GTA 5 kind of thing, I just reply and say, like, Trevor dies or Michael dies. I just found out the 3 main characters and just replied with that as the message underneath. And then most people got really angry and then got pissed off. But the funny thing was, hey up now, this was fucking 11 years ago.
That's weird
at this
behaviour.
point.
Yeah,
Don't fucking call
11 years ago, you were 24. Why would you do that?
Fuck off. But yeah, because at the end of the game, you get to decide who dies anyway. So it don't fucking matter.
I didn't even
what
know
I
that.
would say. Oh, I've ruined it for you.
You spoiled it for me.
Sorry, bro.
I've not even had a chance to play it yet. Yeah. I've not had the opportunity to
Not been
play
out
it.
long enough. Fuck's sake.
It took me too long. Now, I'm really excited for that. I'm also really excited for the prospect that there's a new Ye album dropping at some point, hopefully in the next 12 calendar months. It's meant to be tomorrow at the time. We're recording this on Thursday, so it's meant to be tomorrow, but it won't be. So I don't even want to jump into it much because Kanye has spoiled my dreams multiple times now.
So a little update on that. He's actually taken the album off of Apple Music now.
Yeah. But he does that might just be to update the track list or something.
That's the hopeful outcome.
Did you
the
see-
more realistic outcome is he's not dropping it on Friday.
Did you see on the live stream Northwest dropping the bars?
Yeah,
That was hard.
That was really fire. Yeah. It's your bestie, Miss Westie.
Yeah.
That was it.
Everyone loved that
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Although
yeah.
she was up at like 3 a.m. on a school night, so
That's not right. That. What do you think Kim thinks?
I think she's going, oh.
'Cause I think that too. I think she can't be pleased. She
Yeah,
can't
but
be,
it's not
she'd,
just up
she'd
to
be
her.
happy that she's doing. No, I know that, but she'd be happy. No, I get that. I mean, what's her opinion on it? Like, she'd be happy that she's hanging out with her dad and she loves her dad and gets on with him, all that stuff. But she can't be overly pleased that she's constantly going over that side. You know what I mean? Because she prefers Kanye over.
Yeah,
Kim.
but do you know what? I actually think she will be quite pleased by this bit because it shows them doing something creative together. She's actually probably learning a little bit about music and production and stuff. Gets to go on stage, build up a confidence in front of loads of people. The only thing is it's quite late, but to her, school doesn't really matter, does it?
No.
She can just do it whenever. She'll just have personal tutors and shit
I was
anyway.
going to say, I don't imagine
So-
she goes to high school.
Yeah, it'll be calm. It was cool to see.
It was really cool to see, yeah. That whole, I mean, Kanye is the king of listening parties anyway. Like, he just always does a good job. And even though there wasn't anything crazy about that one, it still blew the internet up.
Is there anything more hype than a Kanye album release cycle? Do you remember the initial Donda one where there was that dodgy house and the whole stadium was sold out? It was,
And they flooded the stadium.
Yeah.
What the fuck
and he was
that?
floating in the air. That's what I mean. Kanye's really good at this shit, but
Yeah, he
I
is.
just don't know if it's actually going to come out. So
I'm praying on a world tour.
Oh, Kanye, please fucking tour, man.
Please. So there was some kind of leaks of tickets for Vegas or somewhere, and people have been speculating that Ye's going to be going on a world tour. Whether we actually see, I've been twatting this thing. Whether we actually see that or not, I don't
Hopefully,
know.
by the time the
Yeah.
next episode comes around, we're talking about the
Fingers
tickets
crossed.
we've got for the year world tour.
Or at least the new Vultures album.
Yeah, something Kanye. I'm sure it'll come up, whether it's just us talking about the fact that we talked about the fact, hoping he comes up. But for now, thanks for listening. You don't have to listen
you
to
very
Tim
much.
punch up the mic anymore.
I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's been going on today.
Bro's just been twitching
I
out.
just
Like
do
and
like
subscribe
to see
and
do everything.
follow and all that shit as well. We never say that.
Rate.
Oh yeah, give us 5 stars on Spotify. If there's anyone that's made it to this point, just click on the 5 stars because it makes a big difference. And on Apple or
I
whatever
was
you're
going
on.
to say, if you've got an iPhone and you're using Spotify, jump over onto podcasts for us. Just give us a little rating there.
Yeah,
Sort it there. It's
just do
easily-
everything.
Easily done. Yeah.
If you
everywhere
want,
and anywhere.
send Tim pictures of your feet as well. Instagram at Man Overboard Podcast. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.